welcome in to B Movies and Beyond presents.
I'm Ryan, the host. This is my niece, Rylyn, a new co-host. And then we have Peter over here, the other host. And then we got someone back here.
Howdy.
Can't see him.
He has figured out a way to be invisible.
Oh! Rylyn has been wanting to watch The Invisible Man for quite some time, right?
Yes.
So finally watched it. And then she hasn't stopped watching this movie. She's actually seen it like 4 times at this point.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Being on lockdown, you gotta watch a few movies.
The same movie.
The
Yeah,
same
same
movie.
movie.
Rotten Tomatoes given this 91% fresh by critics. So critics actually really like this film. And it's 88% score with the audience.
Surprise.
Let's talk about what we liked about it.
I liked the idea that they used the suit for him to be invisible. It adds a lot of practicality to it. You know, like Hollow Man, like he injected the serum and he was invisible. But this one, they're using technology and using his background to make him invisible, or whoever is in the suit, not just him. He's not tied to it.
And I like the technology. It was a modern take on it. I like the like you said, Ryan, that he can anyone could be wearing this suit. Like I really thought it was gonna be like a government like contract or something he was making for the government, but there's no mention of that at all. He was just it seemed like he was just doing it for fun almost. And then used it, for evil. The visuals I thought were pretty cool, and also just how they made it kind of feel like a horror film, and the like not knowing where this character is. Like, I mean, we all know he's invisible, but that's so scary about it is that they would just, the camera would just stay in a corner. Like is he there? Is he in the corner? Is he behind?
That was kind of eerie. Rylyn liked. I'll let her go next.
Well, yeah, I also really like the effects and how they made it look like she was getting attacked. But I also really liked how she was like kind of like finding her own. Like she didn't really have much help because her sister didn't help her much, and neither did the cop because no one really believed her. So I kind of thought it was cool how she was finding her own clues in order to find who was in the invisible suit.
Elisabeth Moss, like I thought she was the perfect actress for this because I think she nailed it. I mean, but you don't think so? I disagree. She was terrified. I believed it.
She's terrifying.
You can't help me.
Did she actually act bad? That's what I'm asking. Or is it just because the way she looked? Like,
I feel like with certain parts, she played off the role really well, and then other parts, like, she didn't.
I will go with that. The reasoning behind the character development wasn't quite there in how they would handle a situation. So I think is that what you're saying?
Like she wasn't consistent?
Yeah, where like she was, like you said, like she was too strong she probably shouldn't have been. Like she could hardly even leave the house. In the very beginning of the film, she couldn't even go get the mail. And then like a couple scenes later, she's, attacking people.
That's a good point. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Some of my weird like character points where like it's not how I would behave, and like the way, like if you think someone's going to be in that room and then something bad happens, either I'm running away screaming or I'm trying to find whoever's there if I really believe someone's there. And there are so many times where she would just do nothing and just have to try to plead her case to the other characters in the scene, which that was some of my issues. Like for me, I'm going after, like I'm going to prove there's a person that's invisible. Most of the time she was not trying to prove that. She was just trying to
Yeah.
get people to believe her through words, which I'm all about. I need evidence, you know. So she didn't get to that point until much later in the film. So
Another thing I didn't really like was I didn't really understand Sydney's role in the movie, which is the cop's daughter.
oh yeah,
I didn't like really understand like she didn't have much to contribute to the movie, rather than her receiving the money that Cecilia got passed on from Adrian's death.
and getting
So
beat up all the time.
yeah, well she did. Yeah, she got beat up a few times, but I didn't really understand her role in the movie.
I didn't get it either. Did you catch on to any of it?
Well, I mean, both of them. It was just another person to have in there that the Invisible Man could hurt, you know, that was therefore hurting Cecilia. So, I mean, besides that, I don't think there's really much of a other reason. And another plot device to create conflict between James, the cop, and Cecilia being friends, you know.
What didn't you like then?
Reasoning behind it. There wasn't much of like there's hints at why this could be, but nothing that just like said no, this is how it happened. Like there was not that classic at the end of the movie where the bad guy is explaining how it all happened. You don't
get that opportunity in this movie.
And I for one of the things, like at the end of this film, I kind of felt like it was kind of, it didn't have the ending that I saw coming, which again, it's good that I didn't see that. But at the same time, I felt I wanted more because of the fact like it just ended like so quickly for that last final scene. And again, it goes back to the characters. Like some of the actions that they did, it didn't make sense, and I wanted some of that. I need some back explaining to happen to understand why they're doing the things they were doing. Like all we really knew in this film is that there's a brother who's very controlling, and he wants what he can't have, and that was a family with Elisabeth Moss. So like that's really all you know. And he has a brother who's similar.
Yeah, there's nothing to the Griffin side like Adrian and his brother. So except for they have a lot of money and he knows technology, and so would you recommend it?
For me, if there's too many big holes like purple skies, I'm out. So I do not recommend it.
Surprise.
Me personally, I would recommend the movie because I really like horror movies. That's just me, but this movie was like, it was really suspenseful and like it was a bit too predictable, but overall it was a really good movie.
Knowing it's part of that dark universe, I still want it to succeed, you know? I like the idea that we're getting monster movies with current things going on, you know? And I'd like to see something like that. And if they're going to do something with the Invisible Man, I'm all for it, you know? It's another spin on a classic horror movie, monster movie, you know? And I think that this generation should be able to go back and see the classics that you and I went back and watched, like The Creature from the Black Lagoon, you know, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula, stuff like that. I'd like to see new twists on that, and I think this should continue. So,
thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Rylyn. Thank you, Ryan. Thank myself. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Peter.
Please check out our podcast, B Movies and Beyond. Look at our website, bmoviesbeyond.com, to find out how to subscribe to everything. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. You will see a little...
Yeah. That's how you're watching us nowadays.
That's right. You can find us, hit the subscribe button, click on the other videos that are at the end of this. We will see you next time.